right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 45 of the Dunk Dynasty Podcast. Well, I said it was one more sleep yesterday, but actually today it's one more sleep until the NBA Finals for 2024 kickoff. So myself, Panache Yashanu, and Trigger Trey Mitchell here to discuss all things NBA Finals, all things the stars in the NBA Finals as well, Jayson Tatum and Luka Dončić, who we think are the X factors of this playoff series, who we think is going to win, obviously, and who's going to take away some of the big awards, like actually the big award, Finals MVP. So lots of stuff to discuss, time to get down to business, Trey. The finals finally here. This is what the players play for, and as fans, this is what we look forward to when all the marbles, all the chips are in the middle. It's time, go time, show time. How you feeling, bro?
Yeah, feeling like the weekend's around the corner and ready for this game one of the NBA Finals. How about yourself?
Good, man. It's we don't even get an NBA Finals game during the weekend over here in New Zealand. I mean, American fans, you're lucky. We've got the game one on Friday, game two on Monday. Skip out the 2 weekend days. I'm like, bro, come on now. What's the thing? Look out for your international fans.
Yeah, that ruined my day just hearing that.
But we shall move. Let's get down to business. Finals preview. Obviously, I think we've had almost 9 days now to just be thinking about the matchups, thinking everyone's just been trying to find fillers to fill in different shows because there's been no basketball games actually being played, and then just thinking about hypotheticals about the finals. And now we're here, man. Game one, obviously, as we said just before, but looking at the series, do you have your pick? Who's your pick? We'll go, who's your pick to win it? And how many games do you've got them winning in? We'll kick off with that so we can spark it up.
I got Mavs in 7. I just, oh, Luka and Kyrie, I just don't see anyone stopping them apart from themselves.
As you
Like
can
Drew,
see, as
yeah,
you can see, Trey, my colors are very well and obvious. I wanted it to be very well known who I'm picking. Green, it's all lit up. It's all lit. It's all green and white. Get the Shamrocks ready, bro. First championship in 16 years. Boston in 5. Easy money.
Boston in 5.
Boston in 5. I'm super confident. Boston in 5.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Luka is going to guard this series. It doesn't matter, bro. Luka is going to guard this series. The whole time he's going to be playing defense. And offensively, I know Luka can get it going. He's the guy. But defensively, I don't think Luka's stopping anyone because this isn't the Timberwolves. This isn't the Clippers. This isn't the Thunder. This is all 5 guys can score. And you're going to come and play defense. We saw what happened when they played in Dallas. It was whoever offense, whoever Luka's guarding, you're getting the ball, go to work on him. When they played in Boston, what happened? They were attacking them at will. I just don't think it. I just have not seen anything. Call me a hater, but I just don't think I've seen anything that tells me that the Mavericks can beat the Celtics. Let it like in 7. Nah, absolutely not in 7. I don't think it's going past 6 games. I've got Boston firmly in 5.
You're also that confident that the T-Wolves are going to beat them too. So we'll soon see about that.
I was confident until I saw Rudy Gobert get in the pick and roll. But this one is very well and truly clear and obvious. Come on, guys. We know defensively, we know the Celtics like to switch everything, right? But now this isn't, you're switching Rudy Gobert. Okay, you're switching, what's his name? Karl Anthony Towns, who actually did some good jobs at Luka. This is Luka, you go do your thing. Kyrie, you're going against who? Drew Holiday, Derek White, 2 all NBA defenders. And at worst, who else? You can put Jaylen Brown onto him too. Tatum maybe struggle a little bit, but he's still a really, really great defender. Not just on bigger guys, but even on smaller guards like Kyrie, he can do a shift. So I'm not too concerned about Luka. Luka is going to do Luka. He'll average like 32, 33 points this series. It's shutting down the rest of that team. And this is what I think they can do because Kyrie, brother, you're going to have to work hard for these buckets. And it's on the other end too. What are you guys going to do against the Celtics? Literally the best offense in the NBA. No one's had an answer for them. And I don't think the Dallas Mavericks are either.
Well, to be fair, they were holding their own in the T-Wolves series pretty well. And then they know that they had to play defense to win the championship. So I'm expecting them to play much better defense against the Celtics because I feel like they really, really want to win, and everyone would love to see the Celtics lose, I think.
But I feel, bro, that's what I'm saying. I feel like this Mavericks defense is overrated because think about this. In that last series, Rudy Gobert is not an offensive threat. Like, you guys really were going up against a major offensive threat. Mike Conley, you know, as great as he was in his heyday, this Mike Conley, even though he had a pretty all right series for where he's at in his career, he wasn't as much of an offensive threat as a 2014, 15, 16 Mike Conley would be. This series, you're going against Drew Holiday, who can put it up, who can score. He can hit the three. Derek White can score, hit the three, take guys one-on-one. Jaylen Brown, Jayson Tatum, we know ISO guys, they can beat anyone off the dribble one-on-one. Kristaps Porzingis, he's going to pull Derek Lively, pull Daniel Gafford away from the basket. So it's not like the Rudy Gobert situation where if you're Anthony Edwards, obviously we've all seen that viral clip. He's like, man, these guys, bro, like, come on, these guys aren't doing anything for me. This is the team that's got 5 guys, the 5 starters who can score. And then in addition, you bring on Peyton Pritchard, knock down the three. Sam Hauser can knock down the three. Al Horford can knock down the three. You are going to have to play defense, and now you're going to get tested properly. So that's why I'm saying, like, there's only one Derek Jones Jr. I don't think Kyrie's guarding Derek White, Drew Holiday, Jaylen Brown, or Jayson Tatum as effectively as he could get away with on a guy like Jaden McDaniels, you know?
Yeah, the Celtics have like more firepower, like offensively, scoring wise. Celtics shoot so many threes, like they're gonna have to shoot efficiently to beat the Mavericks, I think, because you know the Mavericks are gonna score the ball. Just if the Celtics, if they're not hitting their threes, they need to make adjustments and go into the paint. But because how many threes a game do they shoot in the playoffs? Like over 40 or something ridiculous. Like they shoot so many threes, and I'll be interested to see what the Mavericks come out with defensively wise. Who's going to guard who? Probably know that Luka and Kyrie are going to guard Drew Holiday and Derek White, but I just don't want to see the Celtics win.
Yeah, gotta get used to it.
Call me
Gotta
a
get
hater.
used to it, bro. It's gonna be green. It's gonna be all green. Jayson Tatum's finals. That's my finals MVP as well. I've already got his stats. I predicted them, bro. 29, 9, and 5. Jayson Tatum finals MVP. No chance. There is no chance in hell that the Celtics are losing this series. I'm so confident. I don't think I've ever been this confident about a finals pick. Even when I was picking LeBron, like, no, never this confident. I really believe in my heart of hearts, there is no way the Mavericks winning this series.
I hope you're wrong.
Anything. We need to put the bets down, actually. We need the bets. I asked you to put this bet on. I said if the Celtics win in 5, I said you got to cut your mullet. That was my deal.
No.
I need that mullet trade.
Favorite. They're the heavy favorites.
No, but every 89% of the bets are on the Mavericks, so the Celtics can't be that much of a thing.
Oh, it's because the Celtics aren't paying that much.
Yeah, but it's just, bro. The thing, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't actually think people believe the Mavericks are going to win. My genuine thoughts is that people are only picking the Mavericks because people just hate the Celtics, which is understandable. You know, everyone, you got your own opinion. That's all good. But that's what I'm saying. It's so clear cut to me that if you take, as I always say, if you take the hate out of your heart, it's so obvious, in my opinion, who's going to win. Because what's driving the narrative to say people to make people say, oh, we think that the the Celtics are going to lose to Mavericks is, yeah, one of the elements is Luka, but the other element, which I think overpowers that, is we just hate the Celtics. No one wants to see Jayson Tatum do well. If you take the hate out of your heart and look at it with clear eyes, you will see This is a very easy series to pick. Celtics in 5.
Can't take that hard on my heart.
You just got to take the hate for Deuce. This is what I'm going to say to you as well, because you're going to have to watch Deuce Tatum out there on the stage with Jayson Tatum. And they say, Adam Silver says, hey, your Bill Russell NBA Finals most valuable MVP, averaging 29, 9, and 5 from Duke University, number 0, Tatum, Jayson, Jayson Tatum, Finals MVP. I'm telling you, Trey, take the hate out of your heart.
Didn't realize you were this much of a Tatum glazer, but hey.
Listen, it's because the world has attacked. The world has attacked an innocent man for no reason, bro. I can't stand by and watch this man go by defenseless. I have to support him.
Hey, Deuce now has more finals appearances than Chris Paul. So
who was it? Tony Snell?
Huh?
Do you say Tony Snell?
No, Deuce. You the toilet?
Deuce Tatum. Luka Modric, Luka Dončić, Luka Jovic. Bring all the Lukas you want from that region. Doesn't matter.
That's Nicholas. But anyways.
Nah, man. You got Luka Modric, Luka Dončić, Luka Jovic, bro. All the Lukas in the world. Doesn't matter. You can bring Luka Sementic. What's his name? The one from the Nets. All of them. Doesn't matter. It's 5 games. 5 and we're done.
About Luka Garza.
Oh yeah, Luka Garza's in Cancun with the Ant-Man and the brothers. R.I.P. So what? Who's your Finals MVP then? If you've got Mavericks in 7, well, I think it's obvious, but just in case you say Daniel Gafford.
It could be no. Luka Magic. 35, 9 and 9.
It's going to be some great stats. It's going to be Luka Chamberlain type stuff, Jerry West type stuff. Maybe he might be the first since Jerry West. Finals MVP on a losing team. But looking at the finals, man, your X factors. Who you got as the X factors for each team?
So for the Mavericks, I've got PJ Washington. You're catching the ball in the corner, you need to hit this shot. For Celtics, I have Kristaps Porzingis, and for the exact same reason. You catch the ball in the corner, you got to hit that shot.
I don't know if you can see this, but this says X factors for the finals for each team. Boston Celtics, Kristaps Porzingis. Dallas Mavericks, PJ Washington.
For the exact same reason too, is it? Or
that's different reasons to you. But a little bit similar actually, because it's going to be offensively as well. I think, for both teams, I think this is, you'd say surely that's the clear X factors. I don't see any other well and clear X factors.
Yeah, PJ's performance affects the Mavericks so much because he gets quite a few shots, and if he's not hitting them, then the pressure's on Luka and Kyrie, and then that's not what you want. You want them to play freely, and PJ needs to hit the shots for that to happen.
Yeah. I'll definitely look at that and say that for PJ Washington. Because for me, I've got it. Can he be consistent third scorer all series? Because, I think that Kyrie is going to struggle this series. That's my opinion. I just think with Drew Holiday there, Derek White there, because I assume that you're probably going to say, Jaylen Brown, you go onto Luka. If he cooks you, that's okay. We know he's the best scorer, probably maybe behind Embiid in the NBA or ahead of Embiid, whatever. But you're kind of happy to say, Jaylen Brown, you go there. So now it's, okay, Kyrie, you're going up against Drew Holiday. You're going up against Derek White. You're going up against Jayson Tatum. So it's going to be a very difficult series for Kyrie. So that's where I think it's going to be on PJ Washington, because for PJ Washington, I don't think throughout the playoffs he's shown me the ability to be a consistent guy who can go get his own bucket, especially going up against a team that can defend very well. Can he go out there and get his own bucket consistently when Kyrie and Luka, Luka's going to having to be working hard? Can PJ Washington get open? And plus he's going to have to hit 3. So then defensively is where I think he might struggle because different series again. There's only one Derrick Jones Jr. I don't think that Luka can guard. People say the steals. I don't think that Luka can guard. So now PJ Washington, you're going to have to guard Jayson Tatum. You're going to have to guard a Jaylen Brown sometimes. Can he do that? I don't think so, but we shall see, of course.
Just forced Jaylen Brown left.
Hey, man, he dunked with his left hand in the dunk contest. He's a changed man now.
And they wonder why they get hated. Come on.
30 points a game in the conference finals too, man. And that was what against, obviously, I mean, it was up against the turnstile defense. You know, it's just anyone can score on the Pacers. But still, 30 points per game conference finals, it counts for something. This defense, as I said, there's only one Derrick Jones Jr., and you're not going up against the Timberwolves where you've got Rudy Gobert who can't do anything, you know, and then Agent Conley. This is all prime players. You got to have to guard. And from what I saw in the regular season games that they played, obviously this is different. This is the playoffs. This is the finals. I know Luka can't guard, and I can't wait to be on here chanting after every single game when I got the tapes of Luka getting put in the whoever offense. But on the other side,
Luka hater.
What was that?
How long you been a Luka hater for?
I've been a Luka hater for about 10 days since all this glazing started. Like, this guy is the second coming of Jesus Christ. Like, where was this, man? I swear before the playoffs, no, like, there was nothing glazing about the Mavericks. And then all of a sudden, the last 10 days, man, Luka's this, Luka's that. Is Luka better than LeBron at this age? No. What the fuck? What are you guys talking about?
Luka's a first ballot Hall of Famer, though, according to Gilbert Arenas.
Wait, he's not, or he is?
He is now.
Oh, right now. Oh, surely. Come, if you include the EuroLeague career.
I think he was basing it off the NBA, but his average stats are incredible.
Yeah, what, 29, 9, and 8 in his first 6 years in the league? Yeah, you'd probably have to say so. 5 times All-NBA first team. 5-time All-Star as well, I think. Yeah.
All-Star starter.
That's basically, I think, that could be Hall of Fame. I'm not actually. No, I'm going to go, yeah, that's Hall of Fame. I reckon that's Hall of Fame.
Yeah. With the weak-ass Hall of Fame of the NBA.
Yeah. If Tracy McGrady and Vince Carter can make it in with those resumes, yeah, I think Luke he's fine. He's more than happy because I think he's got more combined All NBA first teams than them two. So yeah, there you go. I would agree. I'd say Luka's first ballot Hall of Fame right now.
Well, like Manu Ginobili and stuff, they never made an All NBA team, did they?
Manu may have made like third team, I think.
Off the bench.
Yeah, he was putting up some stats, man. He was putting up some pretty crazy stats. Don't quote, but I don't think he went above third team because he was in the era where you had Kobe, you had D Wade, Allen Iverson, they were all still there. So I don't think he would have made a first team, but for sure, I reckon a third team. No, yeah, for sure, a third team.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but for the Celtics, they're expected for me. I got to go for same thing for you, as you said, Porzingis. You know, how is he going to come off? Oh, sorry, how is he going to look coming off that injury? If he's Porzingis of, the Porzingis that was in the regular season and he's had a lot of time off, then I think, yeah, this is in 5. Even if he's not, I'm still pretty confident in saying 5 because I don't think, this series is going to last too long. But yeah, game 1, I'll give my game 1 prediction later on, but let's just say my game 1 prediction is massacre. So there you go.
This would be the 8th consecutive year that a former Wizard has won a championship also.
Hey.
So, Wizards building champions, mate. May not be for the Wizards, but they build champions.
Right. So that could be Bradley Beal next year with the Suns. Who knows, bro?
Could be, but I doubt.
Yeah. Matt Ishbia is probably the only one who thinks it. Shout out Matt Ishbia, billionaire, But looking at the 2 stars, your finals MVP pick, my finals MVP pick. Luka and Jayson Tatum. Luka been in the league now 6 years. Jayson Tatum been in the league 7 years. Looking at those two, who do you think has had the better career so far between them?
Okay. So we
Look,
got
do you want me to read out?
two.
I can read out some stats for you if you like.
Yeah. Success wise, probably Jayson Tatum. He's fucking made it a deep playoff run every year of his career, pretty much. Um, who I think is the better player? Just Luka. Luka was out of the bats already a untouchable talent. Not saying that Jason Tatum wasn't, but Luka, he took the throne early on and he's run with it. What was second season like 29 points per game or something ridiculous?
Yes. Yeah. He's been pretty cooked his whole career. This whole since the second year, he's been cooked.
Yeah.
Because if you look at it,
19.
Jayson Tatum, 23, 7 and 3. Luka, 29, 9 and 8. But then if you look at just all individual stats, yeah. Then Jayson Tatum, 3-time All NBA first team, 4-time All NBA all up. Luka, 5 times All NBA, all 5 times All first team, 5 years in a row.
He's been in the league 6 years. He's made first team 5 times.
Yeah. Cooked.
Damn, I don't know. That's crazy.
Cooked. But then the difference comes when you add in the team success. So Jayson Tatum, 5 conference finals in 7 seasons, been to the NBA finals obviously twice. Luka, 2 conference finals in 6 seasons, first NBA finals appearance this year.
That's actually not as bad as it sounds for Luka because he's had some fucking dreadful teams and they completely missed the playoffs last year. I've got Luka having a better career. 5 All NBA first teams in 6 seasons is fucking crazy.
Yeah, it's so difficult to judge. I mean, because if you factor in the team success, then you have to sort of give it to Tatum. But it's just the combination, like 5 times. That's still 3 times for Tatum. Still 3 times for Tatum. If I had to pick and get off the fence, I think, yeah, you got to give it to the guy who Gilbert Arenas was saying was first ballot Hall of Famer, because that's ridiculous. That's a near triple-double your first 6 years in the league. So 5 times since you started in the league, you've been voted top 5 player. Since year 2 of being in the league, you're a top 5 player. The only other person, that I've watched at least that was was LeBron, who was second year onwards, he's been top 5 player. Damn, that's cooked. His stats are actually cooked. But whose legacy then? Whose legacy? Like, of all the players that you've got in the finals, who are you sort of looking at to say, if you win a championship, like you're the way that people look at you completely sort of, changes? Because I've got a few of them that I'm looking at, that I'm saying, like a Drew Holiday, for example, for him to become
2 rings.
a 2-time champion, because what would help him, I think right now, Drew Holiday, I would say, is a 2nd or 3rd ballot Hall of Famer. If the Celtics win the championship, like I think they will, then you're looking at that and saying, bro, they had Marcus Smart, they had Isaiah Thomas, they had all these guys, they had Kyrie Irving, Gordon Hayward. They couldn't win a championship with this team. And then obviously you add Drew Holiday as the missing piece. Obviously, we know all these other X factors happen, like Derek White, the rise of him has been crazy. They got Porzingis, but still, you would have to be looking at it and saying they couldn't get over the hump until they got Drew Holiday. Boom, Drew Holiday, I'd say with the 2nd ring, he elevates into 1st ballot Hall of Famer.
First ballot?
I would have to give it to him.
Drew Holiday and Luka Dončić retired today. You'd give, in a month's time, you'd put Drew Holiday in the same class as Luka Dončić.
That's the way that the NBA works with these Hall of Fames, bro. Because I'm looking at it to say you've been a pivotal piece on 2 championship teams. You've got all-star appearances. The stats are there. The stats can back it up. I'd be more than happy. Or you've got all NBA teams. You've got defensive teams. You got the 2 championships. I'd be happy to put them in the 1st ballot.
Is Draymond the first ballot Hall of Famer?
As much as I don't want to say it, I believe he is. Defensive player of the year one time, 4-time, oh, is it 2-time or 3-time All-Star, 4-time NBA champion? You have to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was gonna say if you said Drew Holiday was and Draymond wasn't, I was probably gonna say something.
No, but
As much as
I
you
think
hate, like you can hate Draymond, but
you got to respect
his
it.
his resume doesn't like he's got the best winning percentage of all time or something too, or second
So
best.
you have to you have to respect it. I think that same thing as Drew Holiday. I know plenty of people might disagree, but if I'm looking at it, I'm saying, man, 2-time NBA champion, you pivotal piece twice. You've got, like, as I said, you've got the stats, you've got the all NBA teams to back it up as well. You have to, I think, whack him in there. A guy also, Al Horford, I think, I'm not gonna say first ballot Hall of Famer, but I feel Al Horford now starts to get remembered a little bit more. Not to the point as to say, oh yeah, Al Horford was one of the greatest power forwards of all time, but it's a caveat on top of his career to say Al Horford had a really good career. He was a really good player. He got a ring. Okay, if he was to ever get considered for the Hall of
Hall of
Fame,
Fame?
wouldn't be first. I didn't say he was first ballot though.
Nah, just like Hall of Fame in general. You'd have him in the Hall of Fame.
Like a fourth, fifth, sixth ballot. You know how Sean Marion got in there?
Ran out of people. Like the NBA Hall of Fame needs to change, or the Basketball Hall of Fame needs to change the ways. If there's someone that doesn't need to make it that year, just only put two in. Why do you need to
That's
put
like
three players in until
it
we get
needs
these
to
bums?
be it needs to be like the NFL. NFL one is, can we write the history of the game? Can we tell the story about like the game without mentioning your name? If we can, then you're not Hall of Fame. If we can't, then you are clearly Hall of Fame. Like some of these guys, I'm sorry, but Tracy McGrady, no, I just don't think that's Hall of Fame. You can't. Come on, bro. That's not Hall of Fame. That's not. Vince Carter. Okay, cool. You dunked over the Greek guy. No, that's not Hall of Fame. Hall of Fame. Did you change, like, Allen Iverson? That's a whole, like, there's guys who went to the finals were that guy, maybe. But even then, I'm probably veering towards champions, guys who won things, guys who set crazy records that will never be broken again. That's the people who are in the Hall of Fame.
Even if um Al Horford wins a championship, I still don't think he should be a Hall of Famer.
Yeah. Even if he's not a Hall of Famer, I think you still remember, like, it's for him at least. It's a caveat to say, man, I was a really good player when I was in my prime. I was probably the number 2 or 3 guy behind Joe Johnson, when we were winning, making to the playoffs every single year. But it's a caveat on top of that, just to say he's a champion. Same thing, another guy as well up there. If he wins a championship, Porzingis, he's a guy who's had a really good career. And I think he's had the injuries. He was the number 1 guy in New York. He kind of, wasn't able to be that. Traded to Dallas, was supposed to be the number 2 behind Luka. They were supposed to elevate and do great things. Doesn't work out. Then goes to Washington, puts the numbers up. But obviously they weren't really doing much, then gets traded to Boston. Now, for all that stuff to happen, for him to finally get to that moment and get a championship, I think for him as well, changes the whole sort of scope of Porzingis to say, man, he's actually a winner. Maybe he's not Hall of Fame, cool, but for him, I think as well, it would be, yeah, he's a winner. He won a championship as a caveat for his career too.
Yeah, that Porzingis since he's still pretty young, I feel like if he stays on the Celtics team, he could probably win another one. But another person like Kyrie Irving to get a second ring would be pretty crazy because a lot of people reckon he couldn't do it without LeBron. And if he does it without LeBron, then, that shows, I don't know, that he didn't really need him, but yeah, I don't know. I don't want to say too much on that because there's a lot of, what would you say, between the Kyrie and LeBron
What?
departure.
Yeah, I think there was animosity then, which is weird because now, like, they're best buddies. They're always talking high up about each other. But yeah, I agree. World be flat for sure. If he wins a second ring, he would be up there. I wouldn't say I said I don't have the list on me, so I can't say if he's top 10 because I don't have it written down. But he gets up there, starts getting not into the conversations of top point guards ever, but yeah, you can start bumping Kyrie and saying, oh yeah, he's a top 10 point guard. That's probably where he's headed if they win a championship. A guy like
That's what Luka was heading if he was a championship.
Man, if Luka wins a championship, what's his name's already putting it out there? Was it Jason Kidd or was it Mark Cuban who said that if Luka wins the championship, what's he say? He said that Luka would be the greatest Dallas Maverick of all time if they won the championship. I think that was Jason Kidd who said that. Yeah.
Wow. Well, to be fair, he played with Dirk and he's coached Luka. He knows.
Yeah, because I'm looking at the era that Dirk played in with Tim Duncan, Kevin Garnett, and then he kind of overlapped a little bit with LeBron, overlapped with a lot of good forwards. So I doubt, if I'm thinking off the top of my head now, I'm like, I don't think Dirk made All NBA first team 5 times. I don't think so.
That's crazy. Another thing, Jason Kidd to win another ring. Would he be the first player to win a championship as a Maverick and then as a coach of the Mavericks? I don't think it's been done before. Like the player.
Oh, wins it with the same frame. I think did Bill Russell win it with the Celtics as a player and then a coach?
That doesn't count.
But yeah, Jason Kidd for sure. If you've got, that'll be 3 rings. Yeah, so as I was saying, yeah, as an assistant coach with the Lakers, head coach with the Mavericks, and then player with the Mavericks, you're looking at, yeah, man, he's already Hall of Famer already, but they do double inductions, maybe he could be up for that too. And when they do the NBA 100, could be up there as a coach, but yeah, we shall see about if that happens, but I don't believe it's happening.
Get the hate out of your heart, mate. Get the hate out of your heart.
But Joe Mazzulla, I think this is alongside the Celtics just have so much pressure. It's not just the players. I think it extends to coaches. It extends to Brad Stevens because he's built this team. Actually, no, I'll probably exonerate Brad Stevens. I'd say that it's Jayson Tatum and Joe Mazzulla for sure because Jayson Tatum, your first finals 2022 2 years ago, struggled heaps. He got locked down by Andrew Wiggins, struggled a lot. Then obviously Joe Mazzulla has been taking so much criticism for lack of adjustments. The Celtics, should they have been a better team, all this stuff. So I think the Celtics lose the finals for sure. Joe Mazzulla, I think, is fired. But if they win the finals, then I think he's got 1 more year on his deal. But then I think he's looking at a lucrative extension, And then Jayson Tatum, obviously, we know if they win the finals, he's going to be the highest paid player in the NBA after Luka and Shea get their contracts, I think, this season. Next season, he'll get that crazy extension.
What's that worth?
I think Luka's what, 350, isn't he?
I don't have that. I don't think that this year.
Luka's there. Luka's definitely this year because Luka's definitely in June. He can sign it. It won't kick in until next year, but he definitely signs it this year.
No, it won't kick in till like quite a few years time. They're normally like a 2-year on the end. It's like an extension on the end of their rookie deal.
Because he's 6, right? So what?
Yeah, he's going into 7th year.
I know that when I think Shea's comes up, he'll be the first one eligible to sign a $400 million contract. So I don't think it is this year.
Yeah.
Luka's already been eligible to sign his.
Yeah, Luka definitely is up. But
because I remember when he got his first All NBA, he was eligible to sign the largest contract in history.
And look at him now, 5 times All NBA first team. That's crazy.
Do you remember Mike Conley's outrageous contract? How many years ago would that have been?
Bro, that was like 10 years ago, I think.
No, it wasn't 10 years ago.
Oh, no, not 10. No. Oh, no, because we're in 2016. 2016.
That was like the most out the gate contract ever. What was it? 150 mil.
Yeah, 5 years, 150.
Everyone's like, what the hell? Now that's just like, he'd probably re-sign that right now.
100%.
That's
Well, you had what? A 35 or 34-year-old Chris Paul signed like a crazy $150 million deal as well. So that just shows you where the
Chris
NBA
Paul one's
is.
marginal as well because he's part of the player association and they changed the rules around it so the 38-year-olds could get the massive contract extensions. So I thought that was marginal as fuck.
Hey, man, if you're in the position to put yourself above, yeah, you got to do you, brother. You got to chase the bag. Do your thing.
Luka is currently on a 5-year, $215 million extension. He inked it in 2022, 2023. It has a player option for the final year in 26, 27.
Yeah, so he's still got some time. He's still got some time. But when that deal does come up, crazy bag on the way, brother. Yeah, brother. Yeah.
So
Jed, but who's
$1 billion in his career?
very well could be, considering the NBA signed that crazy deal, 11 years, $76 billion. So there's lots of money to throw around. But Jed, who's your player or coach that you think is their career would change with the championship?
Oh, it's definitely Tatum. Well, that's tough. I reckon it has to be Tatum or Dončić. To be fair, if Dončić wins it, I feel like he'll quickly jump into that GOAT conversation. Like the trajectory of his career. But then Tatum's resume will start to look pretty hard to argue against. But I'm gonna go with Luka has the most to gain because, to be fair, he could be a Mount Rushmore player when he ends. Just with what he's already done in his career, like the accolades are just absolutely insane.
5 All-NBA first teams in 6 years.
Yeah, well, I think the thing, and I've always said this, I feel like before Luka made the NBA, he almost already had a Hall of Fame career just off what he was able to do in the EuroLeague.
MVP of the year. That's crazy.
But can't get MVP in the NBA. The voters just haters, man. Voters are truly haters. How about your
next year, though, if he wins the chip? If he wins the chip this season, guaranteed he wins MVP next year. Guaranteed.
If he plays 65 games.
There's the catch. Yeah. If he plays 65 games, guaranteed MVP.
Hot take. I don't think Luka will play 65 games for like a couple of years, to be fair.
You don't think he will?
Nah, not next year. Because I always feel when a team wins a championship, what happened? Like the very next year, players always get injured, or not win the championship. Even if they make it to the finals, there's always injuries the next year because you've played so deep into the playoffs. Then you've got Olympic basketball. Then Olympic basketball, you're going straight into training camp, straight into another season. I think at some point in time, you're going to get an injury.
But it's always those big athletic players that they jump, and suppose Luka does have his injuries right now, so understandable. But there's athletic players like Derrick Rose and stuff.
Yeah, the Derrick Rose one's fuzzy though, because if you look at I think there's heaps of videos on his jumping mechanics, and I think there was really quite heavy predictions early on that Jabari Parker, his legs wouldn't hold out in the NBA as well, because I think he had a similar jumping style to Derrick Rose.
Flat-footed or something,
Yeah, and running flat-footed. But, yeah.
And then look at Luka, bro. I promise you, just wait. I already have said this to a lot of people. Just wait, bro. Wait until Game 3 when they're down and it's about to be 3-0 deficit. All of a sudden, oh, Luka, the injuries that were in the Thunder series when Lou Dort was guarding him. Oh, Luka, he's hurt. My back, my knee. Only happens when they're losing. When they're winning the series against the Timberwolves, there was no injuries. Magic. It was all healthy. But I guarantee you, when they start losing this series, like I predict, you'll see the injuries all of a sudden appear again.
You still see him limping in the series.
No, he was, bro. Every time they're in a losing position, oh my God, Luka's hurt. How come Luka wasn't hurt when they were up by 30 against the Timberwolves in Game 5? He looked so healthy. I'm like, wow.
It's just when he got asked about playing for the Olympics, playing for Slovenia, He said depends on his knees. So
Yeah, it depends if they win the NBA Finals, because if they lose the NBA Finals, it will be, oh no, oh my knees hurt, oh pain, can't play. If they win, oh man, whew, we're ready, let's go, let's play.
the adrenaline rush of wonders.
The adrenaline rush of cooking. Wait, to be fair, yeah, he did cook them game 5, the Timberwolves. That's tough. Going out like that, you hate to see it. But Jed, who's your pick for the finals, man? Who's your pick, and who's your finals MVP pick as well?
I reckon it has to be the Celtics. I think, to be fair, if the Mavericks win, I think it would be. I want the Mavericks to win. I think it'll be absolutely historic if they win. I reckon the amount of slander there will be to the Celtics team for losing with one of the most stacked teams in NBA history will be warranted. But I think the Celtics are just too good. And Kristaps is back. Finals MVP, I'm going to go with Jaylen Brown.
I genuinely feel like I'm part of Boston right now, I feel like
you can't be because in Boston. There's something seriously wrong with you.
Bro, it's because the world is against Boston. Something just resonates with me, bro. With just knowing that when Boston wins, 89% of the world is going to be in tears, bro. It's going to be crazy. But I'm going to be here for
the Knicks, but you like Boston.
What's that?
You hate the Knicks, but you like Boston.
Oh, bro, you know me. I hate New York with a passion. I'm sorry. If you're from New York, you're listening to this. Hey, I apologize, but I genuinely hate New York with all my heart. Like, every ounce of me actually hates New York.
The city or just the people?
The city. The fans of New York are the people that, yeah. If you're just a person in New York who doesn't like sports, hey, no animosity, no beef. If you're a sports fan, different story. Different story.
Fuck Philly sports fans though.
Damn. Yeah. That's crazy. But man, game one predictions. We gave out a winning slip, by the way, winning parlay ticket, winning multi-ticket, depending whatever country you are, whatever you call it, for game 5 between the Timberwolves and the Mavericks. So first time was so nice, we're going to have to do it twice. Second time round, here we go. Boston Celtics versus Dallas Mavericks, game 1. We'll start off with our money line. Who do we think is going to win? We'll just do our straight predictions first before we get into the parlay. So predictions for game 1. We'll start with you, Mr. Gray, Jed Mitchell.
Predictions for game 1. I'm going to go with PJ Washington to make 5 threes. I'm going to go with the Boston Celtics to win and Jaylen Brown to score 25.
All right. Trey Mitchell, what you got?
I've got Boston by less than 10. Is that a thing?
Yep.
Boston, less than 10. Daniel Gafford over 1.5 blocks. And what's Derek Lively's over? Derek Lively over 8 points.
Too easy. Boston Celtics 11 plus. That's all you need, man. Boston Celtics 11 plus. Whack that, and you're good to go. Anything else is an addition, but Boston Celtics 11 plus. I think they're going to beat the shit out of the Mavericks in game 1. That's my prediction, my hot take. But other picks, give me Jayson Tatum 25 plus. Obviously, you got to take Luka 30 plus, and then take unders on Kyrie, whatever it is.
Luka's over is 31.5.
Yeah. So give me Luka 30 plus, just straight 30 plus.
Just straight 30 plus?
Yeah, but then give me Kyrie's under for sure.
Kyrie is 23.5.
Yeah.
And he's under 23.5.
Yeah. World B flat under 23.5 points. There you go. And then hot takes for the series. Anyone got a bold take for the series?
Jaylen Brown will get Finals MVP.
Okay.
If that happens, winning a ring probably hurts Jayson Tatum's legacy more than winning it.
Nah, Steph Curry.
You don't got to win the first finals MVP. As long as you just win one at some point in time, you're good, man.
Steph Curry was robbed, bro, that first one.
He got one in the end. That's all that matters.
Yeah.
My hot take. I don't know if it's a crazy hot take, but I will say Kyrie Irving does not score more than 25 points in any game this series.
That is wild. That is fucking wild.
Yeah. Kyrie Irving will not score more than 25 points in any game this series.
Crazy. Jayson Tatum shoots under 50% from the that's probably under 45% from the field. Shoots under.
Just make sure you whack the unders on World Be Flat and life will be good. But what was that?
Is that because you were awfully wrong on him against the T-Wolves?
On who?
Kyrie.
Who's that?
You were wrong about him.
About World Be Flat? Yeah, I was. But I was right about him in the Thunder series, so that's okay.
Crazy.
Yeah. But with that being said, that is episode 45 of the Dunk Dynasty Podcast, coming to you live and direct. As you know, I said last episode as well, make sure to head over to Instagram. Post went up. If you are interested in appearing on an episode, giving us your thoughts on what's happening in the NBA Finals. During the NBA Finals, we're happy to invite you on. Only condition, you must be living in Australia or New Zealand just because of the time zones. So yeah, we're looking forward to getting some of you guys on here to discuss all things NBA, all things basketball, and all things NBA Finals, which are starting today. So everyone, have a good one. And if you're listening to this on Friday, have a good weekend. Dunk Dynasty Podcast over and out. See you on the next one.